Well, hello, my darlings. This is Jane B. Lee. I'm here again to talk to you about books, and writing, and publishing, and all that stuff. Okay, guess what? Red's Revenge. Got it. It's out. You can get it anywhere except Google Books. Google Books takes 12 days to approve the content. I'm hoping they also leave a review. So, that's Red's Revenge. And I'm so glad that it's out. So what I'm going to do is the book actually moves along pretty fast from the first chapter. This is where Dana saves Gina from her from getting beat up and raped. So this is chapter 2, and the book moves on pretty fast in chapter 2. But chapter 2 is kind of cute, and it's called The First Kiss. The two stood toe to toe, fiercely throwing jabs, chops, punches, and kicks. Every blow blocked by the other. Each counter blow deflected or blocked. Not one blow landed. Lars brought his left foot forward in an attempt for an ankle sweep. Dana sprang over his ankle sweep, flipped onto her back, falling to the mat. In midair, she threw her right leg out, catching Lars behind his left knee, bringing him down on his back. The instant Lars landed next to Dana, she threw her right-handed knife chop death blow to Lars's neck. Lars had no defense. Eve rose from her throne, approaching the pair on the ground. Looking Lars in the eye, she said, "What were you thinking? Throwing an ankle sweep off balance?" Lars, lifting Dana's hand from his neck, said, "I thought it would work. It didn't. It did before." Eve leaned over, looking more intently into Lars's eyes. "It didn't, did it?" Glancing over at Dana, Eve gave her a slight smile. Dana quickly raised herself off the mat. Her brother slowly pushed himself up to face Dana eye to eye. They politely bowed to each other. Eve returned to her throne. The throne was nothing more than a large Adirondack chair, like the one I'm sitting in, but it had a leather back and seats, which mine doesn't. During Eve's pregnancy, it was where she sat and directed the boys. It soon became known as the throne. Gina sat in the chair next to Eve's throne, her mouth open in amazement, her eyes fixed unblinkingly on Dana and Lars. Dana had spent most of Saturday morning trying to explain martial arts to Gina, using words Gina had never heard and didn't understand. Judo, karate she knew, and she'd heard of, but not Haikapu and Wing Chun. Even the pronunciations were over her head. "Come on out here," Dana waved Gina onto the mat. "Okay, stand this way." Dana was started when the doorbell rang. "I'll get it. You girls keep going," Eve said, expecting the visitor. Elizabeth is still in her tidy flight attendant uniform. Only her bloodshot eyes showed her stress and lack of sleep. "I came as soon as I could. I was in Cairo when I got the message, and it takes 2 days to get here from there. I'm so sorry." "Don't worry, Gina's just fine. A few bruises are all. Gina and my daughter are playing out back." Looking over her shoulder at Gina and Dana, "Playing" was the only word she could come up with for what they were doing. "What happened?" "All I heard was that Gina got beat up by that bastard Ron," Elizabeth said, spitting out his name, still standing on the porch. "Is she okay? He didn't hurt her, did he?" "She got a bloody nose, a split lip, and a few bruises, but she's okay. Come in, please." Eve stood back. "God, I don't know anything. I got messages in 3 different airports," Elizabeth said, coming into the entryway, looking around for Gina. "I didn't find out Gina was here till the last airport. Maybe we could talk a little before you take Gina home." Eve showed Elizabeth into the library and offered wine. Elizabeth waved her off with a "No, thank you." "I know it looks like I'm a horrible aunt," as Elizabeth said, looking out the window at the 2 girls giggling and laughing on the mat. "I'm not a mother. I'm not even the motherly type. My drug-soaked sister dropped her off at my apartment. All Gina had was a paper bag for a suitcase. She said she'd be back for her in a couple of weeks. That was 2 years ago." "I'm curious," Eve said. "Why did this Ron come after Gina?" "Ron was beating up Helen, my worthless little sister." Gina dialed 911. "Ron is was a drug dealer. I thought he went to jail in Tampa for 5 years. He was beating up a little girl. I guess he holds a grudge. Looking out the French doors at the girls laughing and playing on the judo mat, Eve smiled to herself. You know, my daughter and Gina get along very well. I've been thinking, and I talked it over with my husband. And we would let me say that we would love for Gina to stay here when you're traveling. It would save you a sitter, and Dana needs a friend her age. I couldn't ask you to do that, Elizabeth said, looking away from the girls to Eve. You didn't ask, we offered. So is it okay? Looking out the window at the girls, who were laughing and pushing each other around, she could not even remember Gina ever laughing. I'll ask Gina. So, new book, Bread's Revenge. You can get everywhere. And I'm going to do this real quick, go through these things real quick. My friend, Joe Brody, dial her up, look for her on Facebook, every place. She's really great. New book I'm working on, getting there. Angel the Assassin, coming out soon. On my website, Identity, $9.99, free shipping, and signed by me. And Red's Revenge on my website. All my books are going to be free shipping on my website from now on out. So, free shipping. This is $19.95 for the paperback, and it's $29.95 for the hardback, and signed by the author. And free shipping. And my website is janeinstoryland.com, www.janeinstoryland.com. Please give it a look up. Thank you, and you all have a wonderful, sweet day. Take it easy. Bye.